What's up, all you legends? Welcome back to part 17 of our Pokemon Dark Worship walkthrough. We've got an awesome video today. We're about to start the Pokemon League. That's right, in the previous video, we made our way through the Victory Road Cave, and we arrived at the Pokemon League. And we're just about to find out how this Pokemon League works. And here there is a Pokemon referee guy, and he tells us that there are 7 battles that we have to win in order to challenge the Elite Four. So this is pretty different to any other Pokemon League that I've challenged. I can't believe that there are 7 trainers of 6 Pokemon that we have to defeat in a row. So we're going to get started with Battle 1. I do recommend before you start to stock up on revives, potions, ethers, all the items you need, because 7 battles is crazy long. And the first trainer we're going to battle is Trainer May. So that's pretty cool. We've battled her a ton throughout the game. And it looks like all these trainers in the Pokemon League, their Pokemon should be at level 2, the same as our level cap. And if we do manage to defeat all of them, we'll see if our level cap gets raised to 100. So that will be really cool for the Elite Four. We defeated Trainer May's first Pokemon. Now she sent out her strongest starter Pokemon, which is Blaziken, and it's Mega Evolved. I've organized for Rillaboom to be the first Pokemon to come out in my team, but obviously he is weak against fire types, so our Rillaboom is knocked out. But now I'm going to send out Silvally, because he is now a ground type again. Ground type should be super strong against fire types. And we're hitting Blaziken with our multi-attack. We one-shot it. I did EV train a lot of my Pokemon in the previous video, so if you want to learn more about EV training, check out part 15 and 16. Now, Trainer May sent out Glaceon, level 92, which is an awesome Ice-type Pokemon, and it one-shotted my Silvally. So now I'm going to send out Magmortar, who's going to have the type advantage. And my Magmortar is pretty strong. I'm not even going to pretend. I caught a Magmar, and it was a 3-star when I caught it using the Dex Nav. So its IV stats were super high, and then I still EV trained it like crazy. So its special attack and speed are really peak. And as you can see, I one-shotted Glaceon. We one-shotted Venusaur. And now Trainer May is setting out Hatterene, which is a ghost type, I believe, ghost and psychic, and we one-shot that Pokemon as well. So as you can see, catching a 3-star Pokemon with high RVs and training up their EV points can really make a huge difference in this game. And now, Trainer May's final Pokemon is a level 92 Cradily, which we knock out in 2 shots. And Magmortar took out 4 of Trainer May's team, so that's going to put us in good stead for the remaining 6 battles. Yes, I can't believe there are still 6 more trainers to battle. And the crowd goes wild. Thank you very much, everybody. So now after that battle, you get a chance to heal up some of your Pokemon and revive them. Give them ethers to restore their attacks, because you are going to run out of some moves during 7 battles. And for Battle 2, we're battling Gladion. So let's see what Pokemon he uses. And yes, we were correct. It looks like all the Pokemon are maxed out at level 92, so it is a fair battlefield. And the first Pokemon he sent out is Crobat. It is quite a strong Pokemon. A lot of Zubats get hate, but Crobat is actually pretty strong, and it's an annoying Pokemon to battle. Everybody hates getting confused and their life drained from them. And Crobat knocked out my Rillabooms. Now I'm going to send out Kommo-o. My Jangmo-O did finally evolve into its final form. And Kommo-O, I also EV trained, it's super strong. And we knocked out Crobat, and now they sent out Porygon Z, which is a super interesting Pokemon that also is famous for having a high special attack. But we one-shot it, take it out the game, 2 Pokemon down, and now Gladion sends out a Blastoise, one of the strongest water-type Pokemon, and one of my personal favorite water types. Out of Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, I'm definitely Team Blastoise. Let us know in the comments below. Drop a Team Charizard, Team Venusaur, or Team Blastoise in the comments. We'll see who likes which of those legendary beast of Pokemon the most. And we take out Blastoise, and now they send out a Lucario, which Mega Evolves. And the Mega Lucario looks really cool. I really like, a lot of the Mega Evolutions look really sick. They're done very well. And Kommo-O one-shot Mega Lucario. So my Kommo-O is really cleaning up Gladion's team fairly easily. And my Kommo-O's speed is pretty high. We one-shot Gladion's Silvally. And it looks like Gladion's down to 1 Pokemon. The final Pokemon is a level 92 Zoroark, which looks crazy cool. It is the alternate form, and we one-shot it as well. Kommo-O pretty much knocked out the whole of Gladion's team. And this is what you need to do in the Pokemon League, because you don't want to use up too many items reviving your whole team each battle. So if you've got 1 or 2 strong Pokemon that can knock out everybody, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Okay, we're gonna rest up, heal our Pokemon, and now it's time for Battle 3. Let's see who we're gonna challenge. It looks like it's good old Berry Boy. So it's a lot of the trainers that we've battled already throughout the game. And Berry's first Pokemon is a level 92 Empoleon, which is gonna not be a good choice against our Rillaboom. We are gonna have a type advantage. And Berry quickly uses a full restore. My Rillaboom's attack is really useful because it causes a lot of damage and it reduces the Pokemon's speed. So if we hit it 2 or 3 times, then we are pretty much guaranteed to keep attacking first. And as you can see, he's just tried to use potions to keep his Pokemon alive. He hasn't attacked us at all. We knocked Empoleon out. Empoleon is a cool Pokemon though. Also a really cool water type. And the next Pokemon he sends out is the first gen Heracross, which also Mega Evolves. How cool is this Mega Evolution too? And he's definitely going to have an advantage. Bug-type Pokemon are super strong against Grass-type. And yep, he one-shotted my Rillaboom. But now we're going to send out the big boy. We're sending out Magmortar. And hopefully we can one-shot it. And yes, one-shot knockout Mega Heracross. If my Magmortar has type advantages and can keep attacking first, we might be able to knock out a lot of their Pokemon. But as you can see, my strong attack has run out of PP. I didn't buy enough ethers to restore my PP, so my Fire Blast only has 5 attacks, and once you've used those 5, then you've run out. So I made a mistake by not purchasing enough ethers. Don't make that mistake like me. I've still got so many battles and I can't use my strongest attack. But we knock out Toucannon, and now Snorlax is out for Berry. Magmortar got knocked out. We're going to send out Silvally. And luckily, Silvally's multi-attack is really strong as well. Snorlax is a bit of an annoying Pokemon, as it does have an attack that, when it falls asleep, it heals itself, and it's hoarding the leftovers. So Silvally did a good job to knock it out as quickly as possible. And Berry's final Pokemon is level 92 Roserade, which is a grass type. And we one-shot it. So luckily, Magmortar and Silvally have been one-shotting a lot of the Pokemon so far. I'm gonna keep using their strongest attacks until they all run out, and then I'll swap and use some of my other Pokemon that have their moves remaining. But that's 3 trainers down already. We're halfway if we win this one. There's 7 battles in this Pokemon League, and these are just the qualifying battles to reach the Elite Four. And it's Trainer Red. Can you believe it? Trainer Red is the 4th trainer. If Trainer Red's the 4th trainer, who's going to be the 5th, 6th, and 7th? Trainer Red is one of the strongest trainers we've battled in the game. And Trainer Red sends out Dragonite. Dragonite is probably one of my favorite dragon types. And my Rillaboom's attack is not very effective at all against Dragonite. And my Rillaboom gets knocked out. So we're gonna send out Silverlee and hopefully he can do more damage. And I've chose to use Explosion, which knocks myself out, but we also get Dragonite out the way. Dragonite is just such a strong Pokemon that I had to sacrifice Silverlee to get him out the way. But now that Dragonite's out the way, hopefully the rest of his team will be a bit easier. Now he sent out his famous Charizard, which is Mega Evolved into Mega Charizard X. And I've got Graplocked out, which is a fighting type, but it also has the move Surf. So it did do a tiny bit of damage, but we also got knocked out. So this is the worst we have done so far. 3 of our Pokemon have been knocked out. I am going to try revive some of them. But my Magmortar got knocked out as well in one shot. I can't believe it. I did revive Silvally as he's a ground type. If he can attack first, we should be able to one-shot Charizard. And yes, Charizard is confused. It hurt itself. And we knocked it out. Silvally saved us from Trainer Red's Mega Charizard X. And now he sends out Dracofish, which is also an annoying Pokemon to battle. It's like a water dragon type, and I think it even knows electric moves. It has a weird typing. And we've only got 2 Pokemon left, and they're both dragon types. They are some of my stronger Pokemon. And dragon type moves are effective against other dragon types, so I think we'll do a lot of damage to Dracofish. And yes, we one-shot it and knock it out. But there's still 3 Pokemon for us to beat, and I've only got 2 left. So Dragonite's gonna have to try and knock out 1 or 2 Pokemon by itself for us to stand a chance. And our Dragon Pulse does a fair amount of damage, but Gengar is boosting up its attack. If he does attack us, I'm worried we get one-shotted. And he uses Sludge Bomb. He almost knocks us out, but we hang in. We just got 11 HP left. But we knocked out Gengar, so only 2 Pokemon left. Next up is Lucario. We need Dragonite to attack first. I'm just gonna see if we have potions or revives. I think we must try revive Silvally. And we used a max revive, so that revives him and gives him full HP. And now it's 2-on-2. It's more fair. Let's see if Kommo-o can clean up the last 2 Pokemon. And as you can see, my close combat is one of my strongest attack, but I've only got 2 moves left. So if I use them in this battle, I won't be able to use them for the remaining 3 trainers. But we knock out Lucario one shot, and now it's down to Trainer Red's final Pokemon, which is Sirfetch'd, which shouldn't be too difficult. We're gonna use our final close combat, and hopefully we can one-shot it. Boom! Yes, one-shot critical hits. Our strongest attacks are now finished for Kommo-o, and we defeated Trainer Red. 4 trainers down, 3 to go. we definitely need to revive and heal our Pokemon. 4 of our Pokemon were knocked out, and the crowd goes wild. It's time for the 5th Pokemon League battle, and it's nobody other than Elaine. We just defeated Trainer Red and his Mega Charizard, and now we're battling Elaine, who also has a Mega Charizard. So this is quite crazy. Elaine is also one of the tougher trainers in the game, so this is going to be a tough one. And the first Pokemon he sends out is a level 92 Avalugg, which is an Ice-type Pokemon. And his attack is super effective against Rillaboom. We do somehow manage to hang in there, but Elaine does use a full restore, which is annoying. Our attack is slowing down Avalugg's speed, so if we attack first this round, we should knock him out. But Elaine uses another full restore. But at least he's using his full restores early on his weaker Pokemon, so he won't be able to use those items down the line on his stronger Charizard or something. And Rillaboom knocks it out. Rillaboom did take a bit of damage, but it's holding leftovers, so it's slowly restoring. And now Trainer Elaine sent out Golisopod, which is a bug-type Pokemon, and a really cool bug-type Pokemon. And of course it knocks out my grass-type Rillaboom, but now we're going to send out the big boy Magmortar. Fire attack should be pretty effective. And we do a lot of damage, and we burn Golisopod, but he swaps out to Charizard. And I think Elaine's Charizard knows Earthquake, so if it uses Earthquake, my Magmortar will probably get knocked out. But at the moment, it's fire against fire. And we decide to use Hyper Beam, which takes 2 turns, but it caused a lot of damage. And Charizard used Outrage, which knocked out my Magmortar. So it's pretty even at this stage, but now I'm going to send out my ground-type Silvally. And we just hang in there again. Charizard's attack is super strong. We knock out Charizard, but our strongest attack is running out of PP. We've only got 2 left, I think. And he sends out a Silvally, which I think is a fairy type by looking at the pink on its head. So that's pretty interesting. Fairy types are quite strong. Silvally knocks out my Silvally, and we're going to send out Dragonites to try and do some damage. We attack first, and we almost knock out Silvally. Silvally's hanging in there, but its attack did minimal damage to my Dragonite, but actually recovered fully with the leftovers. So that wasn't too bad, and we knocked it out. Silvally's down, and Trainer Elaine's only got 2 Pokemon left. So the next Pokemon he sent out is Weavile, the Ice type. Hopefully my Dragonite will be able to knock it out. Oof, but Weavile knocks out my Dragonite. I think Weavile's speed is pretty fast. We're going to send out Graplock now to try to do some damage. Graplock is a lot slower, but his physical attack is pretty strong. So if we can survive an attack or 2, we should be able to knock it out. We're going to try our Z move, All Out Plummeling. And yes, one shot, super effective. Goodbye, Weavile. It's down to Trainer Elaine's last Pokemon, which is Unpheasant, the bird-type Pokemon. It might be bird and dark type, but it knocks out my Graplock. Now it's down to Kommo-o. I think we should have an advantage against it. As you can see, we can't use close combat, so we're going to try Outrage. And yes, one shot, knock it out. And, oh yes, Golisopod is still alive, but only just. So, this has been our toughest battle yet. 5 of our Pokemon have been knocked out. Kommo-o was the last Pokemon standing. So well done to Trainer Elaine for getting our team down to 1 Pokemon. And now we can heal and recover our Pokemon again. Only 2 more to go. It's getting really tough now, as a lot of my strongest attacks have run out of PP. I can't use my strongest ones. It's time for Battle 6. Whoa, no way! Trainer 6 is N! The famous Pokemon Trainer N. And I think N has legendary Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken, if he has the same team as what N normally has. And we've never seen N in this game, so this is going to be a crazy battle. I think he normally has a Zekrom, so we'll just see what he has. And the first Pokemon he sends out is Archeops, which is like a dragon bird type Pokemon. I think it's like dragon and ground, actually. So our Rillaboom might have a slight advantage if it is a ground type. But it is a really cool and underrated Pokemon. If that's N's first Pokemon, I'm really scared of the rest of his team. And my Rillaboom runs out of its first attack, so that's not good for us. Hopefully Rillaboom's other attacks are still quite strong and effective. And N has used, I think, 3 full restores now to try to keep Archeops alive. And I've decided to use Wood Hammer, even though we do recoil and cause a bit of damage to ourselves. We knock out N's first Pokemon. And whoa, he sent out the legendary Pokemon Reshiram. I did think that N had Reshiram and Zekrom, so we might still have quite a battle on our hands. And Reshiram used Draco Meteor, which is one of the strongest dragon attacks. Somehow my Rillaboom is hanging in there. We are trying to cause a little bit of damage, but Rillaboom has finally been knocked out, but he's done a great job. He knocked out N's first Pokemon and caused about half of Reshiram's HP to go down. So now it's down to Silvally. He's got 2 more multi-attacks left. We one-shot Reshiram. Silvally is like a pseudo-legendary, so he's not to be underestimated. And the next Pokemon he sends out is Dominitan, which is a fire type that should be weaker against ground types. So I think we're going to one-shot it. Our final multi-attack. And boom! Dominitan is down. 3 Pokemon in. We're halfway. But now we got no more multi-attacks left for the rest of the Pokemon League. And the next Pokemon he sends out is Klinklang, which is a metal type, a steel type Pokemon. So our Magmortar will be really effective. Silvally gets knocked out, but he put up a good fight. Now let's send out Magmortar. Hopefully Magmortar can knock out the final 2 or 3 Pokemon for us. We use Flamethrower and Klinklang is gone out the way. He didn't stand a chance. And now N sends out Copperajah, which I think is also a steel type. So our Flamethrower is super effective again. One shot, son. Copperajah is out the battle. And N's final Pokemon is Zoroark, the normal Zoroark. And Magmortar hangs in there. Hopefully we can cause a bit of damage. And yes, one shot, Zoroark's out the way. So there was no Zekrom, but he did have Reshiram. That was crazy cool. He has a really cool team. That we did defeat N. And now it's time for the final trainer. I wonder who it is. We're going to heal our Pokemon. And let's see. The Pokemon League final battle, battle number 7, is against no other than Trainer Blue. Of course, it's our rival. So we're going to battle Blue again for one last battle. If we can defeat him, we'll make it to the Elite Four, and we would have defeated this crazy challenge. And Blue's first Pokemon, of course, is Corviknight, which he usually sends out first. And we've got our Rillaboom up front again. We do have a Dark-type attack, which is effective against Dark-type Pokemon. So we're going to keep using Knockoff. But Corviknight's using Bulk Up, which is increasing its defense heavily. So our attacks aren't doing very much damage at the moment. But if Rillaboom can just hang in there, and knock it out. If we can get one of his Pokemon out the way, we'll still be in for a fair fight. And we're using Power Up Hit, which is supposed to be getting stronger with each attack. But we get knocked out, but Rillaboom caused a lot of damage. So we're going to send out Magmortar next. Magmortar's still got some Flamethrower left, which should be quite effective. And Rival Blue uses a full restore. So hopefully our Flamethrower is a lot of damage. And yes, super effective. One-shot Sun. Corviknight's out the way. And next Pokemon is Dracofish. So I'm going to swap out Magmortar because I think Dracofish knows some water attacks. And I'm going to send out Graploct. We try to use our Z-type move, but unfortunately our attack was too slow. We got hit first. And now it's time to send out Dragonite, the Dragon type. If we can hit it with Dragon Pulse, we might be able to one-shot it. We don't one-shot it, but it's super effective. Rival Blue uses a full restore. We're going to Dragon Pulse it again. And if we can attack first, we'll be able to knock it out now. We still got 4 more Dragon Pulse attacks, so that should be perfect for this battle. Goodbye, Dracofish. We knocked it out. And Trainer Blue's next Pokemon is going to be Zeraora, an electric-type Pokemon. This is also like a pseudo-legendary, I believe. Super fast, and it's got high physical attack. So now we've got to send out Silverly, the ground type. We might be able to teach it a lesson. We don't have any more multi-attacks left. I think if we had multi-attack, we would have one-shotted it for sure. But we're going to try use Crunch and just see how much damage we cause. Okay, Crunch has caused about half of Zeraora's HP. And 2 crunches, and we knock it out. So well done, Silvally, for hanging in there, even though it didn't have its strongest attack. And now we're going to try use Explosion if Lucario doesn't knock us out. And Lucario Mega Evolved. It did knock us out, so unfortunately we couldn't use our attack. And we're down to 2 final Pokemon, so this is not looking too good. Next, we're going to send out Kommo-o. And it's got Earthquake, which is going to be really effective against Fighting-type Lucario. Let's see if we can one-shot it. And we do! Critical hit. Goodbye, Mega Lucario. And it's down to 2 Pokemon. 2 versus 2. Kommo-o is not looking too good. His HP is very low. And Phalanx is now out for Trainer Blue. And we're going to try use our Z-Power move to try one-shot Phalanx. We're throwing everything we can against Blue. We've run out of a lot of attacks. We're throwing everything at him. We one-shot Phalanx, use our Z-type move, and Trainer Blue's final Pokemon is Ursaluna. Kommo-o has been knocked out, but luckily we burnt Ursaluna. And it's down to Magmortar now. Hopefully Magmortar can knock out Ursaluna. We might have to use a max revive now and revive one of our Pokemon. I think we should revive Rillaboom. Okay, so even if Magmortar gets knocked out, we got Rillaboom still. Okay, wow. Ursaluna one-shots Magmortar. This isn't looking good. Hopefully Rillaboom can do better. And Ursaluna uses Quick Attack, and we use our Grass Attack. Ooh, we almost knock it out. It's just hanging in there, but it's burned. So, yes, it got knocked out with its burn. If it wasn't for that burn, we might not have won. But we did it. We defeated all 7 trainers. Absolutely crazy. I wasn't expecting to see all of the trainers that we've battled throughout the game, as well as Trainer N. That was really tough, but really fun. Just a little tip, stock up on all the items before you challenge the Pokemon League, and have ethers to restore your attack. In the next episode, we're going to challenge the Elite Four, which is going to be absolutely mental. Stay tuned for that one. Thanks for watching.